Good morning, it is Wednesday, February 19th. So what I will be working on today is Vaudeville. So I got everything up to 180, no, 80 grit on the grind lines, except for like this guy. This one still needs some more attention. So the goal is to make everything look like those two today. See, those two are nice. Happy with those. This one's getting close. It's just a couple little spots. At this course of grit, it's really easy to spot because you have these little spots that come through like this, and they'll get a little bit of rusty because it's still rough enough, and the water we use already has a bunch of rust in it, so it activates rust really quickly, which is cool in the short term because you look at it and say, bam, that's a rusty spot, I need to deal with that. Which then it's cool as you get higher and higher up the grits, you see it like stop happening, or not happening as quickly, or then it stops happening at all, which is just cool to watch. So I'll be working on these 5 vaudeville knives specifically today, getting them up all the way to polish, and then I'll grab the other bigger ones tomorrow and get them all the way up to polish, and then I should be able to do handles. These all have stainless steel bolsters and spalted pecan handles, so I should be able to be doing that by the end of the week. I really hope, because it's time to really get these moving and get them out of here, so I can honestly start on a second set for them. And like I've said, I need to still make more knives for stock, and I need to now make knives for the home butcher in San Antonio, which is exciting. It just puts me farther behind, but the steel order just got here yesterday, so I'm super excited about that. Be able to start more new knives, both for vaudeville, for home butcher, and for customs and for stock. That's everything. Like, that's starting knives for absolutely everything we start knives for. So it's exciting. I'm stoked about it, and now it's just time to make knives. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Good morning, it is Thursday, February 20th. So I did not get any of the grinding done I wanted to get done. I basically spent the entire day doing admin and stuff that was a bit unexpected. And then the really cool thing is Benchmade, our new Benchmade order came in, so we're fully stocked on Benchmade, and we did a full inventory check and cleaned everything and got it all looking pristine again. I'll give you a little tour of that here at the end of this bit of the video. But then I had an hour or so to play with, so I worked on some handles. This guy, I had gotten the handle glued up and just noticed some voids in the wood, so was taking that and putting some super thin in it, and then the one I got glued up along with that I was working on a little bit as well, and then had a tiny bit of time towards the end of the day, so I figured out all the geometric issues I was having with this one, figured it all out, got all the clearances super tight, was absolutely stoked by it. And as we make more handles with this dowel design for the wall handles, it's really a refining of a process. I did the first one, it went super easy, I was super stoked, and as often happens, then the second one presents you with different challenges because you're like, oh, I got it. Well, nah, you had a base understanding of it, and now you need to figure out this other bit because you changed one or two little things, and that complicated it exponentially. So what we did is the ferrule has a 1/2-inch hole drilled through it to about here, and then I cleaned up the front of it, so just drilled through to make that tiny bit of slot. I got that as tight as possible. Still have some some epoxy to get off of there. But then, so you just have to be really exacting for that little bit right there, as opposed for the whole thing, which just takes a lot longer time. So, but I put a little spacer in this one, so this is the first time with the dowel that I put a spacer in it. So that presented a whole nother challenge. So what we're gonna go to is anything that's after the ferrule, we're gonna glue that together in one go and then drill through it, because what happened is I was off of a degree on this one, I think it was, where the hole wasn't perfectly perpendicular, it was just off a little bit, so that canted it against the front, right, like that, and so then I had to clean up and redo that gap for that, yeah, gap is a good word, And so it just complicated a little bit. So it's like, oh, as we learn, we'll refine this process more and more and get it down to where it's bang on and we're good. So this one was a little bit more challenging than the first one, and you'll notice it's not done. With the last one, I completely finished the handle off the knife, as I glued it up, put the knife in, and bang, I was done. This one with the other challenges, I just wasn't going to risk that, and so I have to completely shape and then polish this, which honestly is one of the cool things about wall handles is when you glue it onto the knife, you're completely done, and while you're working on the knife, you don't have to worry about scratching the knife. When you're working on the handle, you don't have to worry about scratching the knife. Sorry, I said that wrong. So that's what I got done yesterday. So today I will be doing with Vaudeville what I wanted to get done yesterday, and I should have a clear day of working on those. As always, sharpening comes in randomly, which we absolutely love. So we'll see how much I get done and if I can still get everything polished before Saturday. I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay, here's the shot of all the new Benchmades. So all nice and full. Let's see, the new ones are around here somewhere. Let's see. So we got more North Forks in, we got more Grizzly Creeks in, we got more mini Crooked Rivers in, which are always a good seller. Love that little knife. Where's the Saibu? Ah, there we go, the Saibu. The last one we got in, it literally sold the same day. I opened the package and we had a customer in and it sold. The mini Infidels in black are back ordered, so we'll get them as soon as possible. And we also got the new, got more of the original Osborne, the 940, as well as we now have more mini grips in stock. So we have the pink one, which is cool, that actually helps supports breast cancer research to find the cure. Didn't know that. And we got a couple other just new styles that we hadn't had previously in the Griptillion line. So Benchmade, fully restocked. Good morning, it is Friday, February 21st. So what I've got going on today is making a handle for this. So what this is an old reproduction of a U.S. Army cavalry sword. So it's all out of plumb at this moment. So the hand guard and the handle guard, basically, I'll have to bend these all back into shape. I'm going to take this SureTech, SureTouch, this is the rubber and G10 composite, mill out this area for the tang on a little bit on both sides, glue it together, and then I'll shape it to this, and as that's curing, I'll very gently bang this back together, more than likely using the torch and being as gentle as possible, because this thing is at least 50 years old. Again, it's a reproduction, so it wasn't one that, well, it may have seen service. I don't know. It could have been in World War II fairly easily. So but it is a reproduction. We kind of limited it down to who made it, where it was made, and I'll ask Daniel for all of those details. I can't remember. But you can see some really old inscriptions in it. Well, I can see. Maybe you can't see it on the camera, but it's a really cool, really old piece. So we're not doing any blade work except we're sharpening like the last 12 or 14 inches of it, because according to the customer, that's how these were sharpened, and I can kind of see the evidence of it on the edge. So I will be spending the bulk of the day getting this as close to finished as possible. This stuff, so you'll see me, I'm gonna film most of this and just speed it up for a cool little in progress video. So I'm gonna cut this up, mill it down. I also have to mill the space for this to go in the top of the handle, and you'll see it as I'm doing it, and then the finished product hopefully later today, but tomorrow, Wednesday at the absolute latest, depending on how today and tomorrow goes. So that's my day. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Good morning, it is Saturday, February 22nd. So what I got done yesterday is I finished this guy. So I got the handle built. I got a little bit of this. I just wanted to reveal a little shiny through the brass. And I think honestly some of this is bronze, but leave that antiquing. So that's exactly what I wanted it to look like. You can see that it's still really old, but at the same point, there's just a little bit of shiny through it. And he wanted to sharpen the last like 12 inches of it, so you can see it's sharp to about here, and then I kind of blended it out. Got all the nicks out of it in that section, but we're not doing anything to the blade, so that's done, and I will be calling him just here in a little while to have that picked up. And then we also had a Randall come in. This knife is the personal knife of the president of the Silver Eagle facility right over here on I-10. So he had some rust spots. There's actually some really major rust on it. So this is one I took in to be able to get it out to him quickly, as opposed to holding it for a couple months while we worked on it. And I just banged it out for him. Great old Randall. He's carried this knife for decades now. So great knives. And just really got that done in a couple days, yesterday and Thursday, the day before that. Yeah, because I know my days. And so what I'll be working on today is wow, my words. Mostly vaudeville. Get those as far up. I didn't get as much hand sanding as I wanted to done yesterday. So see just how much I can fit in today. Knowing that we have customers coming in as well for sharpening and so for some other things. So I won't have a full day of knife making, but I'm completely cool with that. I'm just excited about what's going to happen today. I will see everyone next week.